do not spend this 1917 nickel. Now before we hop into it, just so you know, this is called a United States Indian Head nickel, and they were produced from 1913 to 1938 by the United States Mint. All the coins in this video are 100% genuine United States coins, and they were actually produced before the Jefferson nickel. So I know a lot of us are used to seeing the 5-cent Jefferson nickel. These are called buffalo nickels. On the front, you're going to have a Native American portrait, and on the back, you're going to have the American bison, commonly called a buffalo. That buffalo was modeled after Black Diamond, who was a real bison at the Central Park Zoo in New York City. Now, if you don't know me already, my name is James, and I've helped collectors buy and sell millions in rare collectibles. All of the sale prices in this video are backed by real data from top auction houses like Heritage. Now, without any further ado, guys, let's hop right into this video. With this first coin, it's a 1917 Denver issued buffalo nickel. This one was graded by PCGS at an AU55. So AU means about uncirculated. That means that this coin was out there in pocket change for a small amount of time before someone noticed it and pulled it out of circulation. So the weight of these coins is 5 grams. The metal composition is 75% copper and 25% nickel. These coins are highly collectible, and they are one of the most iconic and collectible US coins ever made. Now, the designer of this coin is James Earl Fraser, and did you know the buffalo nickel is actually one of the most collected US coins ever? Even very well worn examples are beloved by collectors for their bold, distinctly American design. Now, this coin was able to sell for $360. Now, this one was able to sell for $1,110. It is a 1917D, the same as the last one. You want to be looking for that D mint mark on the back bottom center area of the coin, right in between 5 cents. This one got graded at a 63 by PCGS, so that is a mint state grade, which means it is uncirculated and it never went out into circulation. It is a higher grade than the previous coin, and that is why it sold for $1,110. Grade is so important, guys. $3,600 this 1917D 5-cent buffalo nickel sold for. PCGS graded it at a mint state 66. That is a very high grade for such an old coin. Very nice example. That is why it sold for $3,600. Moving right along to some Philadelphia issued buffalo nickels. NGC graded this coin at a mint state 66. So it's a higher grade, and one thing that you're going to notice about this coin is the coloration. That coloration is called toning, and depending on where your coin was stored and the metal composition can definitely have an influence on the coloration of the toning. So this coin sold for $675.60. There was a mintage of 51,424,019 of these coins ever produced for the Philadelphia Mint. The way that you can tell if you have a Philadelphia issued buffalo nickel is by looking for a mint mark. If you see no mint mark whatsoever, that means that you have a Philadelphia issued coin. Now, when it comes to toning, some people like toning and some people don't like toning. When a collector sees a coin like this, they're going to think, hey, is this coin something that I want to collect with this sort of yellowish orange toning? A lot of people, the answer is no, and then other people, they're like, yeah, that is an awesome coin. I like the toning going on here, and they will add it to their collection. Once again, this coin sold for $675.60. $1,920 this coin sold for. Now, wait a minute. Doesn't this coin look familiar? Well, if you thought so, you were right. This is the identical coin to the previous coin. However, it sold for a lot more money than it did previously. Why is that? Why did it sell for about $1,300 more? Now, here's the answer. Market timing and market conditions. When you sell your coin can be just as important as how you sell your coin. Also, if there are two people that really want a specific coin, what they'll do is they'll get into something called a bidding war, and they will bid each other up until one of them taps out. That could have happened in this situation because it seems like a lot of money for this coin only 1 year later in 2024 to sell for this much money. Once again, $1,920. We are moving right along to the San Francisco issued coins. This one, you're going to see that S mint mark on the back bottom center of the coin standing for San Francisco. This coin sold for $692.40. It's a genuine coin. They graded at an UNC details. So details means that there's an issue on this coin, and And the issue is, drumroll please, this is a cleaned coin. So cleaned coins will actually be in lower value than a non-cleaned coin. Now, it may be counterintuitive. You'd think, hey, if I just clean this coin, it's going to look much better and bring more value. The unfortunate reality is, in the world of coins, a cleaned coin is almost like a death sentence. It is a very bad thing to happen to a coin. A lot of collectors would naturally want to have the original appearance and luster and everything going on, even if it means the eye appeal is lower. So this coin sold for $692.40. $2,880 for this 1917 San Francisco issued Buffalo nickel graded by PCGS at a mint state 65. Really nice coin, really high grade for such an old coin. 65 is not an easy grade to achieve on a coin like this one. Now you may be thinking, hey, I've got a coin that looks similar. Maybe my coin will grade this highly as well. I'll just tell you this, there's a good probability that your coin is not going to grade as highly as this, so don't get your hopes up too high. But on the flip side of that, what if you really do have a rare coin, which is possible but not likely? What you should do is get it looked at by a few coin experts before you go ahead and sell it. The last thing you want to do is bring it to a pawn shop, because they will more than likely rip you off. These guys have a broad range of knowledge when it comes to items in general, but when it comes to specific knowledge about coins and currency, you really need an expert. Do your own homework, do your research, and understand that there's a high probability that your coin is not rare, but this one sold for $2,880. $4,320 for this 1917 S 5-cent Buffalo nickel graded by PCGS at a mint state 65 plus with a CAC sticker. So the plus and the CAC sticker are the two big things here. So CAC went ahead and looked at the coin in the holder and said, hey, this coin is pretty nice for its grade. We agree with the grade. And PCGS, when grading the coin, they said this is a very nice coin, so they gave it a plus sign. It seems silly, but the plus sign and the CAC sticker is really what's going to add a ton of value here, guys. $4,320. We do hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to get your free coin and currency ebook down below, and we will see you in the next video.